welcome. I'm Pat Pavelka. We have been looking at reading strategies. Last week we looked at visualizing. This week we're going to look at inferring, making inferences. And we're going to specifically look at inferring in terms of character. As our students are reading, we want them to be able to say, that character is kind, sympathetic, disappointed, frustrated. And how do they know that? Because the author doesn't say that. They infer that based on things the author said about the characters, things the characters did, things the characters were thinking. So how can we help students take this very abstract concept and bring it to almost a hands-on literal piece for them? So here's the activity. Students start very simply with small Post-its. Happy faces, sad faces. Basically think about it as positive traits, negative traits. As our students are reading, we want them to infer about the character based on the text in the book. So here's a Frog and Toad book for an example. On this page it says that Frog is out in his garden and along comes Toad, and Toad says, "What a fine garden you have, Frog," said Toad. We want students to say right there, I infer that he's a kind character, that he is friendly, that he's a good friend. Why do you say that? The author didn't say that. But I can infer it based on he gave a compliment to his friend. Another example. He now has some seeds himself, and he puts them in the ground. And he looked at the ground again. And he looked at the ground again, and nothing grew. And so Toad puts its head close to the ground and says, seeds start growing right now. So we can infer that he's impatient, that he has a hard time waiting for these seeds to grow. And so as they read, all we're asking students to do, make a decision about that character. Positive or negative trait. Here's the prompt we want to give students. And this is your download this week. Blank is blank. I know he or she is blank because the text said. So for example, Frog is kind. I know he is kind because the text said that he gave Toad a compliment when he saw him. Or Toad is impatient. I know he is impatient because the text said he was waiting and waiting, and then he started to shout at the seeds because they weren't growing fast enough. So, as they're reading with a big book, you can work with your youngers. As they're independent readers, you want them to just take faces, positive, negative traits, helping students infer the character based on what I've read in my text. Next week, we will have a guest speaker with us, Kathy McNeese. Kathy teaches 8th grade. And what Kathy will do next week is show you how to take this very simple beginning of inferring and bump it up to your upper elementary and middle schoolers. Thank you.